I want to do dedicated videos to categories that are just not good, and then talk about ways to actually buff them. And in the case of GT bosses, it's interesting because they obviously lack a lot of great characters, but I feel like they are potentially one Dokkan Fest and a few minor tweaks away from actually being a runnable team. But before I get into the GT bosses, aspect of this video, I do want to mention that if you're currently standing up right now, you got caught lacking. You got to subscribe to the channel if you're new, or drop down and give me 4 push-ups if you aren't new. It's one of those things where, you got caught lacking. Why aren't you sitting down? Sit down and enjoy a Mr. Baby video, all right? If you are already seated, though, then I'm not gonna bother you. Don't worry. Just stay in bed or stay on the couch. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and I will try and catch you lacking in the next one. Let's continue on with this video. So when it comes to GT bosses, again, there's definitely a lot of problems like with this category already. For the biggest example is this fraud right here. We have a GT boss category, and yet we have a super class character who's buffing super class. So it's like this I don't even want to get into it too much. It's just, he's definitely a fraud, okay? But anyways, GT bosses, the biggest way to update, or I guess to buff this category, is to drop a baby of some kind. And I would say most likely probably drop a baby Vegeta that goes into, Super Baby 1 and then Super Baby 2. I think that would be the best way to handle it, because then you can link up with every other baby in the game. Not only that, but we get an easy A. So imagine, right, a Dokkan Fest baby Vegeta. So basically, essentially this Vegeta right here, if I can pull up, not this one. Is it this one? Is this baby Vegeta or that's Super Baby? So yeah, so this is baby Vegeta. So I'm thinking about a Dokkan Fest, speak English here, a Dokkan Fest baby Vegeta. And then let's say he transforms to Super Baby 1, Super Baby 2, whatever the case is, right? This celebration will obviously give us a banner unit. I mean, it might be a super class unit, it might be extreme class unit, I don't know. I would actually love, by the way, let's say a baby absorbed Bulma with like Vegeta in the background or something. As long as Vegeta's tied to it in some way, shape, or form, it'll be included on GT bosses, which is just literally another buff. It's, imagine that character supporting GT bosses 3 key, 40% of stats, the same way Bulma supported Vegeta in GT. So I would definitely love that, and that's 2 buffs right there. But again, the celebration itself would bring a lot of EZA. So 1 would be for LR, Great Ape, Super Baby 2 Vegeta. I guess Super Baby, I don't know why Super Baby 2. You get the point, right? Super Baby 2. This character is someone who, once they have an EZA, their potential, their base kit is... There's a lot of Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyan bosses in Dokkan. Mainly Pure Saiyans. So if they're going to get buffs when facing Pure Saiyans, this is a very good skeleton for a potential EZA. This LR, we've been needing an EZA for this character for a long time, and it's about time we get some type of, GT love, but specifically extreme class GT love. And I know I have this character pulled up. I know we're getting this soon. I mean, I'm recording this before, Global gets this character. I don't know when I'm uploading this, but I'm recording this a few days. I mean, I don't know if this character is going to drop next. I'm assuming they will, but I'm recording this a few days before Global Dokkan announces their next Dokkan Fest following Golden Week. So I know we're getting this buff, but I don't really count this, to be honest. I mean, that's not true. I shouldn't say that. This is definitely a decent buff for GT bosses, right? But we still need more, okay? And I know that the anniversary is going to bring the Ice and Nova, but again, we still need more. The baby celebration is what we really want to see here. So again, EZA for LR Super Baby 2. We can also see, with the baby celebration, an EZA for this Super Baby 2 Great Ape unit. And they can make it so that these two are really strong, but let's say you don't have the LR. I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I was going to say you can design them in specific ways, but I just want these two to actually be usable units, right? Like, I don't want this guy to receive some mid EZA. I want him to make him greatly give GT bosses like actual usable supports or characters who are going to be gods in the third. Like, why not make this in Super Baby 2 a floating third slot support, something similar to Yajirobe? Like, why not? But make them specific to GT bosses, right? Yajirobe is just a god on all his teams, but why not make a tech Yajirobe out of this guy, but make him work only on GT bosses? No one is going to complain. Absolutely no one, because no one uses him anyways. But you have him as an actual like usable character on GT bosses who's floating and supporting. That would be an amazing time, an absolutely amazing time. Guarding for the first 2 turns, greatly stacking defense, damage reduction when facing, you know, super class or you know, pure Saiyans, hybrid Saiyans, anything like that would be, again, absolutely amazing. So those are 2 potential buffs right there. We can also see this. Is this the free to play? I believe this is the free to play Vegeta, right? Yeah, so this awakens from the free to play Baby Vegeta. So this character is a Super Baby 1 character. He's a, you know, TUR. He can get an awakening and an EZA. You give him that, and that's yet another buff for the baby team. Keep in mind that you'll be able to run like Baby Vegeta, Super Baby 1, Super Baby 2, and then of course Super Baby 2 Great Ape. So you can run already almost a full team of just Super Baby units, right? Or just Baby Vegeta units, I should say. So definitely looking forward to a buff for, or not even a buff, but just like, you know, a free-to-play awakening and EZA for Super Baby 1 here. Again, he is a free-to-play character. So those are just a few buffs there, but we're not done. We do have these. Now, actually, this is, okay, I guess I should talk about this character first. This is a World Tournament reward card baby, youth form, right? He's actually not bad. It's just he's only an SSR. So I would really like if Dokkan dropped a World Tournament in which they awakened him and actually made him like usable, not just usable, but usable on a baby team. So imagine like you have baby, youth form, Baby Vegeta, Super Baby 1, Super Baby 2, and then Grade 8 or Super Baby 2 Grade 8. That's 5 baby units. If they're all supporting each other, the links are going to go crazy. It's going to be an amazing time for sure, right? That's just yet another buff they can actually add. And then I pulled up the GT link here because this is where some of the tweaking needs to happen. I don't understand how this character isn't on GT bosses. This character should absolutely be on GT bosses. So add that, Dokkan, please, thank you. That's yet another buff right there. And then, since we're, oh, this is the banner unit, right? For, they're not on GT bosses? So what were they? Just, man, I feel like every villain in GT should be under GT bosses. Which gets into my next point here about the baby stuff. We have these characters right here, right? We have Boom, Boom, and then the physical Goten, right? These 3 should absolutely be GT bosses characters. Baby obviously possessed them all. I would absolutely love it if all 3 of these got TURs, like awakenings into TURs, and then they got EZAs. This is absolutely what we need. And then add them, please, to GT bosses. And then you can make one a support for Corroded Body and Mind. You can make one a support for Terrifying Conquerors. And then you can make one just an extreme class support. Right? Why not? Who's going to be mad? Absolutely no one. So you make these 3 free-to-play characters actually usable and supporting the teams that every baby and other, you know, categories that these extreme class characters are on. No one's going to complain. But we have to add this. We have to add these to the GT bosses category. So if we do that, we're looking at, with just the baby celebration, imagine, right? We have a new Baby Vegeta Dokkan Fest, EZA, Awakening and EZA, Awakening from World Tournament, Awakening EZA, Awakening EZA, Awakening EZA, which is, this is all doable in one celebration, right? Like one LR EZA, and then one, you know, nuking EZA is definitely realistic. And then just some more free-to-play EZAs and Awakenings. This is 100% realistic. The question is, will they, be daring enough to add these characters to GT bosses or these characters to GT bosses, right? That's the question. But again, the baby Vegeta celebration, or I guess the baby celebration, is really the not calling card, but one of the celebrations that GT bosses could, I guess, receive, or buffs that they could receive, that will actually dramatically, I think, change the landscape of GT bosses moving forward. But again, you can still do a few other things here. I think, by the way, where's this guy? This Ice absolutely deserves an Awakening and an EZA. He is a free-to-play card that drops from the Omega Shenron Dokkan event, if you didn't know. And again, he's obviously not usable, but he's the only Ice Nova Ice. I believe he's the only Ice we have in the game, right? I mean, I guess. Yeah, we have the Tech Nova, the Physical Nova, and then the Tech Nova and Ice. But we don't have just a standalone Ice besides this SSR, who you can awaken to UR, but there's no Dokkan Awakening. So giving this character a Dokkan Awakening would absolutely be amazing. In terms of LRs, you can already see the one LR missing from here is Omega. I mean, we have Omega here, or Sin, but we need like an LR Omega standalone, and then an LR Sin into Omega. And it doesn't matter because this unit here does have a different name. It's Legion of Shadow Dragon. So you can still easily get away with having, like, one rotation could be LR Sin to Omega, LR Omega, and then Legion of Shadow Dragons are all going to be linking. And it's going to be a great time, especially since this unit is supporting. And just imagine an EZA. Imagine an EZA for this character. It might be expensive, yeah, because these these Battlefield LRs tend to be really expensive to EZA. But again, it's just another potential buff with more Shenron shenanigans. I guess I don't really know what Dokkan is going to do, because some of these characters that already have EZAs are just not good, right? Like this guy, he's decent, but could definitely use an EZA after his EZA. Another thing Dokkan could actually do to really buff this category here is, this is a free-to-play unit, and then let me get these. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, there is a summonable summonable, is it? Hold on. Oh yeah, so it's just like from hell. That's what I'm thinking about it. But there is a summonable GT Frieza and Cell when they fought Goku in hell. And then there's a free-to-play version of both of these characters, and they're typing switch. So like free-to-play Cell is physical, but summonable Cell is int, and then free-to-play Frieza's int, and the summonable one is physical, right? But anyways, so you could actually grind their super attack with these characters here from this story event right there. Anyways, the point is, EZA these two. Watch this, right? EZA these two. Very, very simple, okay? And then you give these two Awakenings and EZA. So simple. Look at this character, has a really decent kit. Give them 150% to stats, make this 40%, make that 50%, or I guess an extra 30% when facing superclass, and that's a really good free-to-play character right there. I don't know what you want to do for this Cell, it doesn't really matter to me. And then you know what you do? You drop, for the first time in 3 years, a free-to-play friend summon LR, Frieza, and Cell join forces GT character. That's what you do. It's very simple, and that could be let's see what the categories they share. I mean, I guess it could be a GT, maybe a Sworn Enemies. It could be a Sworn Enemies buff, or maybe a Target Goku buff. Yeah, I guess it could be a target, like maybe Target Goku allies 4 key and 60% of defense. Like, who's gonna care? I don't think anyone. So again, there's just so many ways to buff this category, and I think some of these ways we talked about here are definitely going to go a long way. The question is, will they actually go through with it? I mean, technically we could also get a transforming Rildo, right? that could actually work pretty well. Again, I don't know how that would happen or where that would hapen. But transforming world, because we don't have any transforming worlds in the game, right? So we just have standalone versions and forms of world, but not actually, you know. I don't want to say this, but Legic, I mean, that's an option, right? We can get Legic, we can get Emperor Lu, that big baby. Like, why not get him as a playable character? Again, GT bosses, I feel like has the potential to be a really niche but fun category. There's just so many ways. There's still, even though we have a lot of representation for a lot of stuff, there's still so many things that we need. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what category you'd like to for me, sorry, to cover. The next one, take care and peace.